me just a little bit more. So this scene here is set at the Schlock School of Excellence, which is the school that Charlie goes to, and he's sitting in class in between his best friend Thaddeus Beats and the girl that he has forever loved, the Boots. She wears big black boots. I sat between Thaddeus and the Boots in the middle row as per usual. I love sitting with both of them, but I don't feel they feel the same way about each other. I'd heard that when I was away sick, they put a big indoor fern on my chair so they wouldn't have to look at each other. Our row was more fun when Owen was there. Owen used to sit on Thaddeus' other side. Owen was the most interesting thing our class had ever come across. He was from the Czech Republic and he had a really amazing singing voice. He used to sing in class, whether it was the music lesson or not. He had a great song that he used to sing all the time about a lion who refused to judge others. I think it was the Czech national anthem. Owen was great fun until the day he had to go back to the Czech Republic because his country was at war, or maybe his family were at war with each other. Anyway, Thaddeus and I were sad to see the singing Czech go, so we decided to make a cardboard cutout of him and sit it in his seat. That way it'd be like he'd never left. But the art room didn't have scissors big enough to cut through the corrugated cardboard, so Cardboard Owen never happened. But then a new kid called Lance Green came to our school and took the spare seat anyway. Lance Green doesn't really say much or do much. He has brown hair, and when he does talk, he says stuff like, "Bless you," and "I beg your pardon?" And he doesn't sing. We call him Cardboard in memory of the good old times. After we'd learned about Siberia, Mr. Lake teaches very strange things, he had some English word for us. Now, I've just finished going over your tests from last week, he said, and I must say that this class is not doing very well at writing. So today, we're going to do a writing exercise. We're going to pair up and write biographies of each other. This was excellent news. I would write a great biography of my partner, and then I would blog about it. But when Mr. Lake counted everyone off, I got cardboard. How on earth was I going to write anything entertaining when cardboard was my subject? Still, I pulled my chair up to his desk and tried to be friendly. "How are you, Lance?" "Very well, Charlie. Thank you for asking." "Tell me some things about you that I don't already know." I didn't know anything except that he was boring, but remember, I was trying to be pleasant. "I like school." "Okay, that's a start. And what do you do after school?" "I beg your pardon?" He was already pushing his luck. "What do you do after school?" Well, sometimes I don't know," said Cardboard. "I don't want to bore you with details of what I don't do after school because I don't really think that I do anything worth talking about after school, so I'll just say that I don't do anything after school. Is that answer okay?" "Not really," I said. "You must do something." "Sorry, Charlie, I don't do a thing." "So you just sit still until school the next day?" "Sometimes I do homework." "Well, thanks for that, Lance." "Bless you." "Yes, I think I've got everything I need here," I said. I didn't, but I wasn't going to waste any more time with Cardboard. I gave him some incredibly interesting details about myself, and then I got down to writing his biography. "Who wants to go first?" Mr. Lake asked when it came time to read out loud. And then he just chose. "How about Lance and Charlie read their biographies first?" "Yes, Mr. Lake," Cardboard said and wandered up to the front of the class. I reluctantly followed. Cardboard read out loud first. "Charlie Ridge has wavy hair and a duck called Barcode. He's an okay student, but certainly not the best in the class." This was exactly what I had told him to write. There was no way the Boots would feel threatened by me after that. I would fool her into my arms. "Charlie is a nice guy, and it has been fun writing about him. Thank you." The class clapped politely as Cardboard finished reading my biography, and then sat down. "Thank you, Lance," said Mr. Lake. "And now, Charlie, why don't you tell us something about Lance?" I smiled, and I read. Blog post, Tuesday, August 12. Lance Green, a biography by Charlie Ridge. Lance is one of the best up-and-coming rowers this country has ever seen. He's been rowing since the age of 3, and his arm muscles are already the size of an adult male's. Lance is aiming to row for Australia in the next Olympic Games. If he is selected to go to the Games, he says he will row himself across the oceans of the world to get there. He's really ambitious. When he was a child, Lance wanted to be a famous chess player, a famous truck driver, a famous professor of ancient rocks, and a famous editor for Time magazine. His fantastic trademark catchphrase, "Don't let the hounds hound ya," is often heard around the schoolyard. Lance is one of the Schlock School of Excellence's greatest achievers. End of blog post, comments, 0.